Hello, everyone. My name is Jordan Sutton, and I'm the author of Take Back What the Devil Has Stolen from You. And I do want to get up here again while I'm on break. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. I am getting these videos out here back to back. And again, as I mentioned before, if you do have a passion, no matter how much you're working, or no matter how much it seems like you're so caught up again, always take some time to set a time to do the things you like to do that's going to come back and somehow fulfill you, because a lot of things that we can be doing, it makes us money, but it can deplete us. Even though I kind of like my profession, I feel like everything that we are doing, whether we like it or not, always prepares us for the next level. Okay, so always take some time, step aside, to put some energy and time to the things you like doing. Don't give everybody your all and everything. Take something out, set it aside for you. Okay, whether that's writing, whether that's singing, even if it's not an art of any form, whether you just like to jog, whether it's like if you want to walk, whatever your goals are, whether you want to start up a company, take a little bit of time each something 5 minutes out of a day if you can. If you don't even have 5 minutes, try a minute, then work on the next time 2 minutes, then 3 minutes. Take baby steps, okay? Because that's exactly what I'm doing. All right. But anyways, my name is Jordan Sutton. I'm the author of Take Back What the Devil Has Stolen from You. Please click on the links below. Please click on the links below. Okay, I'm telling you, you have everything to gain, and you have so much more in store for your future. Okay, so always know that. And what I want to get up here today and talk about is, because I made sure I wrote my topics down so I'm not all over the place. Don't settle for trinkets. It actually will probably piggyback, off of the He Ain't It's video that I just previously uploaded. Don't settle for trinkets, but this time, and I have in parentheses, rush results, okay? So rush results, trinkets. Okay, what is a trinket? It is something that, it's an item, it's something that may look like a blessing or come in the form of a blessing. It's something for right now, for instant gratification, but it's not really the fullness of what the Lord really wants you to receive. You don't really get what you're worth. You don't really get what you deserve. But it's something that will do for now. And sometimes we will just accept that because we feel sometimes internally, the longer things take, it may not come. It may not show up, when really that's the opposite. The longer it takes, the more it actually is that's on its way. Okay, let me say that again. The longer it takes, the more that it is on its way. Although in the natural, it feels like it's not on its way. Okay. Oh, that's deep. And I'm going to make sure I probably write that down. But don't settle for trinkets. Whether you're on a job, whether it's a relationship, whether it's something dealing with school, whether it's dealing with your personal goals or whatever it may be, don't settle for trinkets, for something that you can have for right now to sustain you. But the problem is we rob ourselves out of the biggest blessings when we accept trinkets, when we accept the things of right now because they feel better, it's comfortable, it's more suitable, it's more validating. We don't have to suffer so much. We'll just take the trinkets. We'll just take, really. So I'll give you an example. You can start up a business, or you have a business idea or a plan or something, and really it's worth, let's say 30,000 for right now to start up. It's worth 30,000. The product or the idea, the design, whatever it is. But since you want something right now and you don't want to wait 5 years, or you don't want to wait longer, and I get it, who wants to wait in the flesh, who wants to wait? But that's really a true test of your patience and faith, is the waiting. Sometimes the power is really just in the waiting. Okay. And I know that doesn't feel good at all. Trust me, I know. When it comes to waiting for God's blessings, but it will be worth it each and every time. Okay. And so let's say you ran into someone that wants to work with you, wants to partner up with you, and they like that idea and they want to give you 5,000 instead. I know it sounds like the movie Acrimony, when the guys had a product and something he's been working on for years and years and years, and the guy gave him a less offer, try to lowball them right up, because sometimes if you're not careful, and that's a test of your faith too. God wants to see if you're going to take a less offer. You know, like it's great that you got the offer. It's finally great that you got someone to see the idea. But sometimes what he wants to see is, are you going to hold on for more? Or are you going to take something for right now and they're going to lowball you and you're going to receive way less than what you're really worth? So let's say you meet up with this partner, this person that wants to do business with you, but they're going to offer you $5,000. So taking that $5,000 is actually accepting the trinkets, taking the trinket instead of taking the real blessing. The real blessing would have came on its way within probably about 5 years. Nobody knows the timing. But since you got so caught up, so impatient, so frustrated with how things are, and that's how the devil uses us sometimes, is we get caught into frustration about what hasn't worked out yet and what doesn't, and the results that we don't see, we'll take something less. So trinkets is basically taking something less than what you're worth and what you deserve. Also, even in relationships, sometimes we'll take something for right now because it seems like the wait is just too painful. It seems like you don't get nothing out of the wait. It seems like it's not as beneficial right now. And everyone else, is pretty much doing what they do, having their fun. And it just seems like, with you got the wait. It always feels like you're the only one that got the wait. But I want to reassure you and let you know there's so many people out there in that same situation, in that same predicament, and that you're not the only one. And that's something that if you're not careful, you'll get caught up into as well by feeling like you're the only one. All right. And you're not. Go to the YouTube comments, on the videos, especially with some of these relationship experts, have to say. Not all of them are relationship experts, but you know what? Whatever you can get from the person, that's good. Take that and, just leave the bones, like they always say. But I do want to get back to the topic at hand again. Always know that your blessing is definitely on its way. I don't care how long it feels. Let's not us get so caught up and wrapped up into how long it's been, what everybody else has. Because as I mentioned before, what's for you is for you. So we can't accept trinkets. All right, 2019, with no trinkets, okay? 2020, no trinkets, okay? And the years beyond that and more, no trinkets. Okay. I just try to add a little comedy in here, just time to time. Hope it's funny. Hope it's all right. Woo! This Coca-Cola be good. But anyways, again, you don't want rush results. Those rush results will limit you. Okay. And I'm going to say this. I must have this same topic in a business conference. These rush results that looks like is something you can get now. It's a quick fix. It's quick money in your hand, and you don't have to, you don't have to wait to really get it. It always comes with a higher price. It would have been better for you to wait, because whatever you don't wait for and you accept, and the damages and the consequences and the risk comes with it, you're going to end up paying way more than what you would have paid for had you would have waited and stayed in your lane. Okay. I remember I was looking at a video on Facebook about how someone that I used to know that used to stay in Kingston, she moved to Atlanta, and she said she was trying to keep up with what the lifestyle was over there, and so instead of waiting patiently for her blessings and waiting for God to bless her in His own way in the finances area, she went ahead and spent the credit cards, and I mean, this is a common issue, so got the shoes, shopping at these, high expensive store brands, and then before you know it, she found herself not even almost being kicked out of her home because she was so busy trying to keep up with everyone. So what am I saying? Again, stay in your lane. Don't settle for trinkets. Don't rush anything, because when you rush things, you actually put yourself back 10 steps, whether you know it or not. Okay. And it seems like it's paying off. It seems like you have something. It seems like you have somebody, or whatever your case or situation or scenario may be. It is not going to be worth it. Okay. It is not going to be worth it. It is not going to be worth it. Okay. So run the risk. And what saddens me sometimes in this day and age is people, and I guess it ain't just this day and age, it's something that's been going on. But people know the risk of what they're doing and they still be doing it. Like, and it's just kind of like, well, how can you help someone that be knowing the risk and they know what they're getting into and they know what situation is going to create, but they still keep on going? But that is just for the Holy Spirit to deal with. And, again, you are not able to help everyone. You can always pray and always wish them the best as well. But, again, don't settle for trinkets. Don't settle for trinkets. I don't care what business idea. I don't care what business idea you got. I don't care um, whatever it is that's in your heart that the Lord put in within you, what vision He gave you. Don't settle for trinkets. Don't settle for somebody because everybody got somebody. What happened to the saying that just because that's what your family doing, that's because and just because that's what everybody else in your neighborhood is doing and all around here and there, don't mean that you got to go and fall and give in too. We got to be, shoot, we got to be some Harriet Tubmans. It got to be some Harriet Tubmans out here. You know what I'm saying? It got to be somebody that's strong. And I'm using her name as an example to say that don't give in to your environment and bow down in the situation of what's around you. Be strong and rise above that. I know you will have everything that's going to come against you that's going to make it seem like this is the way it should. This is the way it's meant to be. The devil is a lie. Okay? The devil is a lie. So don't settle for trinkets. You don't want rush results. Whatever God does, He always takes His time with. And I know, again, the timing and the waiting can always be so frustrating, but it's going to be so worth it when you see those end results. It's going to be so worth it when you see that outcome. It's going to be so worth it, okay, when you see, once you see how everything's going to come together. So don't trip. Just because you don't have a man, that ain't everything. I feel like I need to say that because I feel like that's been ingrained and planted in women's hearts and minds that having a man is everything. And even if they may not say it out of their mouth, that's sometimes what they mean with their actions. And I want to let you know, God is your everything. God is everything. Okay, the Lord is everything. Okay, we can't get into heaven without the Lord. So Jesus is everything. Okay. So I do want to let you know, and don't feel like God left you out because there was it seemed like everyone else got blessed first. Sometimes being blessed first, or what we're considering and what may looks like is blessed, is probably not blessed. You have no idea of the amount of stress and pressure that these people have to go through, or this extra early responsibility and pressure that they have to endure way before their time. You have no idea. You're looking on social media at what and how everything looks. You're getting caught up and wrapped into the outer exterior of how things look like, but do not be deceived. Okay? Do not be deceived. So don't accept trinkets from any form in any area in life. Again, this may not be a relationship. This may be for a job, advancement, position. Don't accept trinkets. Don't allow somebody to give you way less than what you know you're worth. Okay? And I don't care if that does make if that is going to make you single longer, if that is going to make you broke longer, as far as if you are in business or if you're trying to do something with an idea or you're just trying to do something, whatever the case may be, don't accept less. You cannot accept less. You cannot afford to accept less. And I know a lot of people are more willing to take less, but you know what? If I can reach one person, and that's what my goal and mission of my focus is. If I can reach one person, I'm fine. I'm not trying to reach the 99. I'm not trying to reach everybody. And a narrow path is a narrow path for a reason. You're not going to see everybody up there. So if you get caught up and say, oh, it feels like I'm the only one. Oh, because this is times I have said this before. So I'm just being real. These messages also help me as well. Oh, it feels like I'm by myself. No, you're not. You are never alone and by yourself. Just because you're being tested and it feels messed up, God always got your back. God always got your best interest. And again, He's not going to give you anything less. So do not accept anything less. Don't take trinkets. And I'm going to use even another example that have some total transparency here. There's people I see on Instagram, and they got a great gift. They got a great gift for writing. They got a great gift for poetry. They got a great gift. But since they're rushing things, and they're so quick to put up a post about how many books they're doing. And don't get me wrong, they're supposed to always be, focused on what they're doing. But you can tell that they're rushing things by almost any means necessary. And it's like, okay, well, I think the Lord has something even more and bigger in store for you. But since you're trying to rush things, your trinkets will probably come in the form of you'll have an increase of Instagram followers, you'll have some comments, you'll have the people that saying, oh, thank you, so much for, you know, the product, the book. I really got a lot out of it. And you know what? That's what's going to come with it. But because you're aiming for the wrong thing, you're trying to chase the world, you're going to be at a standstill and it's going to cause limitations. So don't be caught up in trinkets. Don't get caught up into the same thing with the man or men with just having a woman. And I do want to share that even the good men are sometimes they're overlooked as well. It seems like, nobody wants anything that's good anymore. But you know what? Somebody who don't see that in you, what they should, is not worthy anyway. And it's not really worth the time of day. Okay, so we got to get back to being strong. We got to get back to following our principles. We got to get back to honoring Him with our bodies, minds, soul, and our tongue. Mind, heart, body, and soul. Really, all around. We got to come back to Him, and that's where everything always begins. So, 16 minutes. I do want to let y'all know. Remember that the best is yet to come. Click on the links below, and remember, don't settle for trinkets. I don't care how tempting and how much of your instant gratification may come with it. It's not going to be worth it at the end, because you're going to see when it comes down to it, you're going to feel like you were robbed. But most likely you knew already the risk of accepting less. So again, remember that the best is yet to come. Click on the links below and do not settle for trinkets. And remember, we're in this together and you have everything to gain, and the best is still yet to come. All right. Your greatest days are ahead of you and not behind you. God bless. Click on the links below, and yes, we will make it through. Amen.